Respectful for Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you ask him about that because you say, your matchup is coming out with other weight classes and that's it, and he's welterweight. So don't make sense.
He's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in, because you know I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is no.
But if the fight make sense, why not?
A lot of people have him at #1 pound for pound. You think that's fair to you?
You know, it's a few people there who deserve to be the #1 pound for pound. And
Terence Crawford has thrown down the gauntlet, issuing a bold challenge to Canelo Alvarez, sending boxing fans into a frenzy. In a swift and confident response, Canelo simply said, "Send me the contract." If this fight happens, it could go down as one of the greatest matchups in boxing history, with both fighters at their...
In your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as #1.
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it'll happen. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? 'Cause my arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Guadalajara, Mexico, currently holds all 4 super middleweight titles. Known for his devastating power, sharp defense, and strategic fighting style, he has defeated some of the biggest names in boxing, solidifying his legacy as one of the sport's all-time greats.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. #1, feet. #2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? Were you 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I tried to beat him because, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world. At 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a...
Terence Crawford, hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, is a multi-division world champion, having claimed titles in 4 weight classes: lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, and super welterweight. Famous for his high fight IQ, ability to switch stances, and knockout power, Crawford became the undisputed welterweight champion after dismantling
Canelo, and he was standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing. It was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing him. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. The power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too, so I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove, you know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves, because I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back. And
After his latest victory, Crawford made it clear he wants Canelo at 168 pounds. Canelo, never one to back down from a challenge, responded with, "Send me the contract." This suggests he's open to negotiations, as long as the terms make sense.
We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around, all right? Crawford, pound for pound, #1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's gonna be a 168. Plus, I'm not gonna get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not gonna get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys.
The biggest debate surrounding this fight? The weight difference. Canelo competes at 168 pounds, while Crawford has fought at 147 and 154 pounds. Canelo has voiced concerns about significant weight jumps, emphasizing why weight divisions exist and the physical toll they take.
I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what.
Former champion Demetrius Andrade weighed in, stating that size and experience in higher weight classes play a crucial role. While he respects Crawford's skill set, he believes facing a powerhouse like Canelo would be an entirely different challenge.
It was just tough, man. It was just a tough year, which at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. I believe who I am, the confidence and my skills and talent, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I do. It was just tough. And did it play in the fight? It played in the whole circle, you know, like the communication level, like between me and my dad, just a whole lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that usually is there, wasn't there because of the situation, which is, to me, fine, because I went through with it. I believe in myself, my talent, and whatever happens, happens. But I'm not gonna be shy or run away from something because, like, life is going on. But this is my life also in boxing.
Yeah, what caused, you know, you mentioned your brother was in a coma on the 4th floor, your mom in a coma in the 5th floor. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm letting a little bit out. It's more like an intimate settings where I can sit down and have an interview, and I feel like I can like tell somebody face to face. Over the phone, it's kind of like, you know, not the proper way I would like to deliver like my message, but. Yeah, just tough, man. It's just tough. It was just a tough time.
Yeah.
Tough time, man. It was a tough time. And then I lost my mom. So?
Yeah, no, I could, you know, I could see it still affects you. You know, I know it it comes in waves. All of a sudden, it just crashes on you, and you get like a flood of emotion going through. So my condolences to you on that, Demetrius. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, in terms of the performance, a lot of people were wondering, like, hey, like, well, what's going on here? This is not the Demetrius we're used to seeing in the ring. Others have pointed out, like, hey, that's just what happens when a Benavidez fights someone. It overwhelms them. But overall, now looking back at the fight, like, what'd you make of how it played out, in your opinion?
I mean, I went in there and just, like I said, like, some of the usual way of training or some of the stuff that I'm used to hearing wasn't there because the corner was silent. It was like me and my dad had like a relationship during that time. Andre Rosario, who was like sort of new to the situation, and then it just was a whole bunch of silence. It wasn't this normal stuff like the stuff that will keep me reminded.
David Benavidez also shared his thoughts, praising Crawford's technique but questioning whether his power will translate at a higher weight. He highlighted the difficulties of moving up 2 divisions to face a fighter as seasoned.
I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat.
Benavidez further stressed the importance of weight divisions, pointing out that Canelo has a natural advantage. Facing a stronger, more experienced opponent at a higher weight is no easy task, even for someone as skilled as Crawford. Interestingly, a fight between Benavidez and Canelo has yet to materialize.
You want to fight Canelo out there?
I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a pro day, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented the 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
My last thing, Canelo, you just donated.
Canelo's experience at heavier weights makes him a dangerous opponent. His ability to absorb punches and deliver devastating counters, combined with his agility and high ring IQ, cements his position as one of the most dominant fighters in the sport.
Definition of boxing. Please look up the definition of boxing, the martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you ain't had a decision in a long time, bro. You known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that. But that ain't how you moving though.
Right.
Crawford recently moved up to 154 pounds, capturing the WBO interim super welterweight title. However, many noticed that his signature knockout power didn't seem as potent as it was at 146.
For all the nut huggers, the bud nut huggers, the bud butt buddies, you see that. You see that. You see that. You understand me? You see what that say? Jermell Charlo what is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess. Jermell Charlo is the WBC junior middleweight champion in recess. Nah, man. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC intern junior middleweight champion. Nah, man. So make it make sense. People got to make it make sense. Charlo's still a big dog there. Yeah, that's my camera behind me. Charlo's still a big dog there. So a lot of people need to get their facts straight. Understand? Opinions don't matter. It's all facts. No opinions. Sport podcast. And I'm always going to bring you the real, never the fake. And I'm never late on the news. You hear me? Get at me, man. Dale.
If Crawford moves up to 168 pounds to fight Canelo, he'll be entering uncharted territory. While his technique is elite, no one knows for sure if his power and endurance will hold up against bigger, stronger opponents.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never.
However, Crawford's adaptability could be the ultimate game changer. His ability to switch stances, fight effectively with both hands, and remain unpredictable makes him a nightmare for any opponent. His slick footwork and sharp ring IQ give him the tools to control the fight on his.
Terence's walk.
Oh, incredible. Right, yeah, especially being into the fight, no one knew who really was going to win. And you can see the confidence, and I don't think real confidence you can.
A Canelo versus Crawford showdown would be a global blockbuster, drawing millions of viewers and breaking pay-per-view records. With both fighters boasting massive fan bases, negotiations would need to cover every detail, purse splits, venue selection, and TV rights to ensure a fair deal for both sides.
He wanted to fight you. Everybody wants to fight you.
Yeah.
Now, I saw after the end of the Crawford fight, how they call him, the Excellency. Yeah, Turkey. His Excellency. The Sheik said that he would be willing to pay whatever you want to fight Crawford.
Fine.
Yeah.
If he's willing to pay whatever I want, comes down.
That'll work. Yeah, so if yeah, you're in. So if the numbers were right with Crawford, you'll do it.
Why not? Why not? I think Crawford don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in. Because I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw Crawford the last fight and he don't move that much now. So if the money is right.
Crawford sees this fight as a golden opportunity for Canelo as well. He argues that his rising popularity and recent dominance would make their matchup one of the most lucrative fights in boxing history, generating millions through PPV sales, sponsorships.
Easy work, but you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him, I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, he got that in the back of his head. This guy, for one.
Despite the hype, Canelo remains cautious. He's expressed concerns about the weight difference and whether defeating a smaller opponent would add to his legacy. While he's open to discussions, he's made it clear that the fight must make sense both financially and competitively.
Beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying this. I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would be Canelo.
Bud Crawford. Yeah. Just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
Everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 weights class less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this and then we...
What do you think? Could Crawford's skills be enough to overcome Canelo's power and experience? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.